Welcome to TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as the 7-3, 16th ranked Fighting Illini head in to face Minnesota in a late season Big Ten West divisional matchup here. Minnesota, of course, with their prolific pass offense, one of the best in the country. Not as great rushing the ball. Illinois a little bit more balanced, so it'll be a fun matchup today, especially offensively. And Minnesota's dealing with a lot of injuries today. Rashad Bateman, their star wide receiver, had a forearm fracture and he's out for the season. So that's a huge loss for the Gophers. Illinois will surely be trying to take advantage of that. Minnesota wins the toss, elects to defer. And Kyron Cumby looking to make it 3 opening kickoff returns for touchdowns in a row. And this time, it's not going to happen. But Kyron Cumby, what a streak that was. 2 back-to-back opening kickoff return touchdowns. Either way, Epstein and the offense will start off here. Mike Epstein has just eclipsed 1,200 yards on the season. It's just been a great season for him. 202 rushes, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns for Epstein. What a great season for the fifth-year senior. And he continues it as he rumbles forward to pick up a first down for Illinois. Illinois, of course, coming off that win at Rutgers where the offense really struggled, especially in the first half, but they were able to get it together in the second half and pull away at the last minute and beat Rutgers. Minnesota, however, today is a different animal. Minnesota will be a much better offense than Rutgers was, as Isaiah Williams keeps it there on the option, and that was a bad decision as Thomas Rush just came in there and got to Isaiah Williams, and now it's 3rd and 15. Isaiah Williams with 5 wide, nobody in the backfield in a for sure passing situation. Isaiah stays in the pocket. He hits Brian Hightower over the middle, but he's going to be short. He's brought down there. And that's going to set up Hugh Robertson, and Illinois is going to have to punt the ball away. Robertson sends it off. And Thomas for Minnesota is going to take it. He takes it up. Kai Thomas for 13 yards, and Minnesota is going to be starting with great field position. Tanner Morgan, as I mentioned in the last episode, is having a tremendous season. He lit it up last game for 4 touchdowns and 425 yards throwing. Of course, though, Minnesota will be operating today without Rashad Bateman, and he's out for the season as it looked like Tanner Morgan fumbled, and it's picked up there by one of the guards, and Minnesota's lucky that that ball was recovered. It's Seth Coleman in there that just came up on the left tackle and got behind Tanner Morgan on the first play. Stripped the ball out, and man, what a start for Illinois. They're picking up right where they left off on defense. That was one of the best games Illinois has played all season defensively last week. And they're starting out here as Morgan tries to take it again. He gets 6 yards, but now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Illinois blitzes, it's a screen, and Trayson Potts breaks a couple of Illini defenders, and he puts down a stiff arm, gets the extra yards, and he picks up the first down. Trayson Potts, the running back from Minnesota. They like to use him a lot out of the backfield as a pass catcher. This time they hand it off to him. He runs into his own man and picks up 3. So Minnesota, a very pass-happy team, and this Illini secondary will once again be tested by it. The good news is that this isn't the first time that Illinois has had to face a team like this. They hand it off to Potts on the draw, and he somehow slips through more tacklers and gets the first down. Tanner Morgan, of course, was preseason first-team All-Big Ten at quarterback, and he hits Spanford there, and he gets a first down. Brevin Spanford there, the tight end. We're probably going to see a lot of passing today from the Gophers. Morgan in the pocket just dumps it off to Emilian, and he breaks a tackle, and he gets a first down. Minnesota is just bullying Illinois right now in the open field, and they are breaking tackles and getting extra yards when they need it. Morgan throwing again. He fires to a wide open Green in the end zone, and he's out of bounds. Oh, there's nothing to celebrate there. Green broke away, and his foot was out of bounds, fortunately for Illinois, but the Illini catch a break there. That was a touchdown. It's 2nd and goal now. Illinois brings the blitz. Morgan gets hit as he throws, but he finds Thomas, and he's brought down in the open field by Witherspoon. That time, Illinois makes a tackle. So now it's 3rd down and goal from the 6. Can they get a stop? This defense has been great on 3rd downs lately. It's going to be a screen. Morgan sets it up for Thomas, and he breaks a tackle and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Kai Thomas. And for all the praise that we gave the defense last week against Rutgers, can't say the same so far. That opening drive for Minnesota, they were just bullying Illinois in the open field. A lot of missed tackles there. And that touchdown just goes to show. Michigan State and Penn State, 2 teams trying to get bowl eligible in the East. Going at it head-to-head there. Ohio State, now ranked number 22. They pick up the win at Indiana. Master Teague with a touchdown, and Crawley as well with 2 touchdowns. The running backs for Ohio State had a good day. And now the Illini offense that couldn't do much on the first drive will try to answer Minnesota's score. Read option for Isaiah Williams. He bounces off a man, picks up a few extra yards, but only gets 2 there. Minnesota shows blitz. Isaiah changing the play at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a handoff to Epstein. He's got some nice blocking upfield, and he gets up to around midfield. Nice rush there by Epstein. Great job by the offensive line to open up some holes. Terrific blocking by Illinois. That's certainly been the strength of this offense this season. And Epstein trying to hit the hole again, but this time he can't get it. And if Illinois wants to make sure this game doesn't turn into a blowout, they're going to have to hang on to the ball, as Isaiah Williams just threw a really risky pass there into Navarro there, who was covered pretty heavily. So now it's 3rd down and 8. Williams is going to look to his left. He's rolling to his left, and a man's right in his face, and he gets rid of the ball. Isaiah just got hammered there. I don't think he even saw the corner coming in on a blitz, and boy, Isaiah's fortunate to get the ball out. It was an incomplete pass, and Hugh Robertson's already punting the ball away for the 2nd time today. Kai Thomas makes a nice move, and he gets out of bounds around the 30. So quickly, Illinois offensively with 2 short drives, and Tanner Morgan and the offense are back on the field now. Morgan on the keeper is going to break a tackle from Tariq Barnes and gets out of bounds after the 7-yard gain. Man, Illinois is really going to have to shore up the tackling here if they want to stay in this ball game. Edwards comes in on a corner blitz, and it's going to be a pass, and that ball's out of bounds. Great coverage there by Beeson. So it's 3rd down and 3. Illinois has been great defensively in these 3rd down situations. We'll see if that can continue today. Morgan is going to fire all the way downfield, and he fires into double coverage. And Jartavius Martin there with the deflection. He breaks that one up. That was a risky throw by Tanner Morgan, and Illinois gets the stop. Minnesota sends out the punt team. And DeLayvin Campbell will get the ball here. Campbell moving to the left, and he gets a nice little return there, weaving through traffic. So now it's Minnesota defense that's been causing some problems. PJ Fleck, the quarterback, or the head coach rather, for Minnesota. There's a lot of pride in his defense, and they've looked good so far. Epstein gets stuffed. Quickly, Illinois hands off the ball again to Epstein, but this time he picks up 9, just short of the 1st down. Mike Epstein racking up the yardage already. And he gets the ball again, gets a nice hole, and he gets another 11 yards. Mike Epstein, the 1st down machine, continues to move the chains. And this time it's going to be a quick screen out to Cumbie, and Cumbie tries to make a man miss in the open field, but he can't quite do it. I don't mind the creativity there from Illinois. They're trying to get the ball to their playmakers in open field and see if they can do anything. Epstein gets the ball yet again. He breaks a tackle and tries to get around his man there. And he gets a few yards. Jalaven Campbell looked like he was shaken up on that punt return, and Illinois is going to decide to keep him in the game. It doesn't appear to be that bad. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Minnesota with an early score. A few stops by both teams. And Illinois is driving, looking to match. Third down and 6. You figure this is 4-down territory. Isaiah Williams is bringing a man inside, which usually means it's going to be a run. And that's exactly what they do, and Minnesota is all over it. Mike Epstein is stuffed. And Braylon Oliver was all over that. He read that like a book, and now Illinois is going to have to go for it here. That's not quite in Caleb Griffin's range. Isaiah's going to snap it, and he's going to fire over the middle to Navarro, who hauls it in. He gets hammered, and he holds on to the ball. What a clutch catch by Donnie Navarro, who gets his first reception of the game. Great throw from Isaiah Williams, and that's a clutch 4th down conversion now. Williams facing some heat, fires over the middle to Epstein, and he gets it. 15 yards, 1st down. And now Illinois got the ball 1st and goal at the 5. Minnesota's really spread out on defense. Illinois hands the ball off to Chase Brown, who picks up some great blocking there from Kendrick Green, the first team All Big Ten guy. And Chase Brown gets the easy walk-in touchdown. Caleb Griffin puts in the extra point. And we're tied. Kendrick Green, of course, was 2nd team All Big Ten at the beginning of the season. He is arguably Illinois' top NFL draft prospect, and you can see why. As on that touchdown by Chase Brown, he just mauled his man there, brought him all the way into the end zone, and made it easy for anybody, including you or me, to score that touchdown. Tanner Morgan back to work. Some nice time to throw in the pocket, and he fires to Jonathan Mann, who makes the nice reception there. Tanner Morgan can be thrown to fumbling the ball, as you saw in the first play of the game when Seth Coleman got in there and stripped him from behind. And Illinois is really going to have to get pressure on him today, or else he's just going to pick apart this defense. As he fires into a tight window there, he found Brown Stevens in the zone defense. So now it's 3rd down and 1. Do they run the ball here? It looks like they will, and it's going to be a pitch, but Morgan couldn't get it off, and Keith Randolph is all over him, and that forces a Minnesota punt. What a play by Keith Randolph. And what looked like a promising drive for Minnesota stalls very quickly, and Illinois is going to get the ball right back. So now Illinois can look to take their first lead of the game here. Isaiah Williams is going to be throwing, facing a blitz, hits Cumbie in traffic, and he gets a few yards there. Epstein back out on the field. They try to hand it off to him. He can't get to the outside, and that's a 2-yard loss. So now 3rd down 7. Illinois so far has struggled a little bit on 3rd downs. They're only 1 of 4. Isaiah Williams changing some things at the line. Williams is going to snap it. He's going to roll to his right. And he's going to throw downfield, and he throws an interception. Fleming jumps it, and he's going the other way, and he's brought down. And the first turnover of the game happens here in the 2nd quarter. Miles Fleming was right there, and that's an easy interception for him. I don't think Isaiah Williams even saw him. And you can see here Isaiah rolling to his right, and he could have thrown there. He was hesitating. He tried to get greedy, trying to hit Jafar Armstrong there downfield, and I don't think he even saw Fleming. And that's the first turnover of the game. And Trayson Potts gets the handoff. He gets a huge hole, and he picks up 16 yards. So now Minnesota, after that interception, trying to take advantage. Turnovers, of course, could be a critical factor in this game as well. Both teams trying to take advantage of other teams' mistakes. These offenses look to try to take advantage of any mistakes they can. Illinois shows blitz but pulls back, and Morgan just fires the ball out of the end zone. Great defense there by Illinois. Great coverage downfield from Beeson, who very quietly has definitely rebounded this season. Beeson, of course, was notoriously struggling at the beginning of the year when he was getting beat a lot on some go routes and a lot of balls, especially in the first 4 or 5 games or so. But he has really turned it around, and you haven't heard his name much. And if you're a cornerback, that's usually a good thing, because that means you've been playing lockdown defense and not throwing the ball their way. And Morgan's going to get sacked here on 3rd and 7. That was Jamal Woods who came in there, and Jamal Woods, he's been a beast all year, and he just breaks through. The floodgates open, and Morgan gets pummeled. And that's going to force the field goal attempt from Minnesota. Great stop by the defense. And that ball is put through easily. So Minnesota takes the lead, but the defense forcing the field goal. And now Kyron Cumbie will look to set up the offense back with good field position. Cumbie trying to get to the outside, and he does. He's going up the sideline, and he is tripped up just short of the 50-yard line. A nifty run there by Kyron Cumbie. PJ Fleck's going to be happy with his defense so far. They've held Illinois to 7 points. Got an interception there. So now Isaiah Williams, with nobody in the backfield, is going to keep it on the designed QB run. He picks up a nice 8 yards there. Isaiah Williams has struggled lately, throwing some interceptions more than he had been at the beginning of the season, where his touchdown interception ratio was pretty solid the first half of the season, but recently that has regressed a bit, and he has thrown some interceptions. And that trend continues today as Epstein picks up a nice hole, and he's going up the middle, and he's tracked down from behind. Epstein with 76 yards now. We're still not even at halftime. And Epstein looks like he is a sure thing to get to triple digits on the ground once again. And Illinois will look to get into the end zone. Isaiah Williams fires, and he hits Kamari Thompson in the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois. A beautiful throw there by Isaiah Williams, but we got a booth review. And the pylon's blocking his toe there. You can't really tell, but it looked like it was pretty close.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It stands. It's a touchdown. Kamari Thompson with yet another nice touchdown catch in the books. And that was a nice throw from Isaiah Williams. See Tanner Morgan here throwing the ball a lot, as we expected him to do. Play action. Morgan is facing a blitz, and he hits Emilian, who was working there on Witherspoon. And Emilian picks up the first down. Tanner Morgan is really attacking this Illini zone defense. Illinois likes to play a lot of zone, and Morgan is attacking those holes. As Trayson Potts gets the ball on the draw, and he bounces off a guy, picks up 6. But for the first time today, Tanner Morgan and the Gophers are working with a deficit as he fires a seam over the middle to Autumn Bell. And a lot of different guys from Minnesota are getting the ball today. Of course, Rashad Bateman is out for the season. Illinois sends a blitz. It's Potts on the screen. He picks up some blockers, and he's still not down, and they give him the first down. My goodness, Trayson Potts, he's fired up. That's 2 screens now that Illinois looked like had him stop short of the first down line, where he's just been able to somehow pick up those first downs. And the poor tackling continues for Illinois. Mann gets the ball, and he picks up 7. As I was saying before, Rashad Bateman being out, what you would think would be a bad sign for Minnesota, but they have just been spreading the wealth today, and Morgan fires into man, and he scores. My goodness, that was quick. Kind of an odd play there, as Illinois was really playing deep with their safeties, and Eddie Smith and Beeson meet man right at the goal line, and he just was able to fight his way in. And Tanner Morgan is lighting up Illinois' defense right now. See here, both teams, though, have been even. Certainly, outside of Isaiah Williams' interception, been an impressive display of offense between these two teams thus far. Williams picking up some blocks. He tries to get around to the right side, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to fumble the ball, and it's picked up, thankfully, by Julian Pearl. So Illinois avoids a potential disaster there, and Isaiah Williams got to hold on to the ball. Minnesota shows a blitz, and he's rolling out to his left, and Isaiah's running out of time. He tries to flip it to Epstein, but that didn't work. Jordan Howen and company were there for the Gophers, and they're really getting pressure to Isaiah Williams in the last few plays. It's 3rd down and 6 now. We're less than a minute to go in the half. Williams is going to fire to Kamari Thompson, who hauls it in over his shoulder, and he picks up the 1st down. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock. What a great play there by Kamari Thompson, who's had a couple nice catches today for Illinois. And Williams is going to fire again. He hits Cumbie right in the same spot on a wheel route. That looked like a fake screen right there. And Cumbie gets out of bounds, so a couple nice design plays there for Illinois. Williams is going to be facing a blitz, and he gets sacked. Jamal Teague for Minnesota in there, and he sacks Isaiah Williams. That forces Illinois to call timeout. But Illinois still has got some time to work with. They're at the Minnesota 46. Williams is going to roll to his left this time, and he's going to try to fire to Thompson. He hits him. He gets out of bounds. That's a 10-yard gain. So Kamari Thompson now with 3 receptions on the game. But it's 3rd down and 7. You figure this is probably 4-down territory for Illinois unless they get like 5 or 6 yards. Williams rolling to his right, getting chased, and he fires downfield, and that ball is deflected away by Sori Marin. Another dangerous throw from Isaiah Williams. And I guess I'm wrong. They're going to send out Caleb Griffin, and he hasn't hit from so far this season, and that ball is going to be just short. Oh, Caleb Griffin looked like for a second he might have had it, and that ball was just short. Man, that would have been a huge field goal for Caleb Griffin to tie the game. I guess he can hit from a little bit farther than we think. That ball was pretty close. Morgan facing a blitz, and he throws an interception. It's Daniel Edwards. What a turn of events. Daniel Edwards just comes out of nowhere and intercepts a Tanner Morgan pass, and Illinois is going to get the ball right back with 16 seconds to go. My goodness. Tanner Morgan with his first interception, and I bet he sure wishes he had that one back. Isaiah Williams is going to try to roll to his right, and he's going to go out of bounds for a 2-yard loss. There's only 10 seconds now left. And Illinois is just going to have to try to get a 1st down and call a timeout. Hopefully they can get back into Caleb Griffin's field goal range here. But they only got another play or two to do so. Williams is going to roll to his right again. He's in trouble. He fires, but he hits Donnie Navarro, and he's getting up the sideline, and he's out of bounds. Another clutch catch by Donnie Navarro, who came on a slant all the way across the field. Williams rolling, and he fires a seam in there. Beautiful pass, and Navarro picks up an extra few more. gets out of bounds, and now Caleb Griffin has a much more manageable field goal to hit here. This one, he knocks it through, and we are tied up. The Daniel Edwards interception sets Illinois up with a chance to make up for their mistake, and they tie the game right back up after it's all said and done. A short squib kick goes to Cam Wiley, and that'll do it for the first half. Quite an entertaining half, to say the least. Both offenses putting on a show. Both quarterbacks with interceptions that the other team has taken advantage of with a field goal. And both teams, for the most part, have been pretty even. Illinois a little bit more balanced, especially on the ground. Mike Epstein's had a great day so far. But Minnesota, the passing attack has been on point today so far. Tanner Morgan has been lighting it up. Each of the quarterbacks has thrown an interception. But so far, the offenses look to be rolling. And it seems to me that whichever defense steps it up in the second half will be the team that wins today. Caleb Griffin sends it off. Kai Thomas is going to return it from the end zone. And he's picking up some blocks downfield. And he's going up the sideline. And he's brought down. Kai Thomas with the 40-yard return there. And here's a little bit more of a breakdown of the offensive stats here. Both teams relatively even, as I mentioned. So now Tanner Morgan, nobody in the backfield, 5 wide for Minnesota. He's going to fire to the flats, and he hits Brown Stevens there. And a lot of these Gopher receivers have at least a couple receptions so far in the bank, as he's really been spreading it out. He tries to keep it there, picks up 3. So now 3rd down and 3. Minnesota has been a lot more solid than Rutgers was on 3rd down. Illinois brings a blitz, and Morgan hits Paulson, and that's a 1st down. Illinois has been trying to bring the blitz in those situations. It has worked sometimes, but Tanner Morgan's a great quarterback, and that sometimes it doesn't work, and he makes a nice read there to Paulson. They try to blitz him again. He is going to fire to Brown Stevens in the flats, this time on the other side. And Tanner Morgan's very good against the blitz. 2nd down and 6, and he's going to fire to Brown Stevens, who gets open over the middle. And Mike Brown Stevens is having himself a little bit of a day here. Already 5 receptions and 49 receiving yards for him. Morgan throwing the ball yet again, faces a blitz, and he hits Brown Stevens, who is putting on a clinic today. And Tanner Morgan is down. Tanner Morgan is down on the field, and you can see here after he got the ball away, Keith Randolph, Jamal Woods hit him. And he got hurt there. Oh man, that could be a bad sign for Minnesota. Now their starting quarterback is out of the game. The backup is sophomore Brock Annexstad, and he keeps it. He pitches it to Mann, and Jonathan Mann gets the 1st down. Brock Annexstad, the backup for Minnesota. They expect him to be the successor of Tanner Morgan in next year, but he's thrown him the fire here. Trayson Potts gets the rush. And if you're Minnesota now, we'll see how long that Tanner Morgan is out, but they're out. They do not have their best wide receiver nor their starting quarterback. Potts gets the easy handoff, but it doesn't matter here. They just hand it off to Potts 2 times in a row, and he scores. An easy walk-in touchdown. Good blocking up front from Minnesota, and they take the lead right back. But of course, a developing story here. We'll see what the injury diagnosis is on Tanner Morgan, and there's still a lot of time left in this game. Epstein and the offense are going to get the ball back. He picks up 7. So we'll see if Illinois can continue to match Minnesota. Epstein getting the ball again, getting a nice block, and he picks up a 1st down. Mike Epstein is very close to 100 yards already. He's at 93. Fresh set of downs for Illinois. Play action. Isaiah Williams gets hit as he throws and just gets the ball out. Great pressure there from Minnesota. It's going to be a handoff to Epstein, trying to get to the outside, following his blocking, and you can see Kendrick Green again just puts down an amazing block there, but Epstein wasn't able to get around it in time. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Williams facing some pressure, fires over the middle, and he was hit as he threw. And that's going to force Illinois to punt the ball away. Hugh Robertson with yet another punt, and he pins this one pretty deep. That's a nice punt there by Hugh Robertson. It's out at the 20-yard line. So now we'll see what Zach Annexstad can do. We'll see if Minnesota continues to run the ball or if they still try to throw it with Annexstad. We'll see if PJ Fleck and the offensive staff trust him enough to air the ball out. It's going to be a quick screen, and Beeson was right there, and he drops it. Oh my goodness, Beeson read that screen like a book, but he couldn't hang on to the interception, and that would have been a huge play for Illinois. And Annexstad's going to face a blitz, and he fires to Autumn Bell over the middle on a slant route, and that was a nice throw there by Annexstad, facing some pressure, and he picks up the 1st down there. They hand it off to Potts yet again, and he's got some blocks, and he's finally brought down. Witherspoon was there, thankfully, to get the tackle in the open field, or else Trayson Potts might have had 6 there. Potts again to the left side, and he tries to barrel over a defender. He barrels over Jartavis Martin and almost gets a 1st down. Trayson Potts already has 66 yards. He's quietly had a good day so far on the ground. Minnesota's probably going to rely on him a little bit more, especially if they can hang on to this lead. It's going to be a draw to Potts again, and he's running sideways, and he's brought down there. That was Tariq Barnes who got in there to make the stop. And it's 3rd down and 1. There's a flag, and it's a false start. What a break for the defense. That's going to back the Gophers up 5 yards. So that makes it a lot easier for Illinois to handle defensively. It's 3rd down and 6. Annexstad is going to be throwing. He fires to Mann, and Jonathan Mann cannot get there. Daniel Edwards and a host of Illini defenders there to make the stop. A clutch stop for Illinois, and they're going to force the punt. That ball goes into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. And Minnesota's really relying on their defense here. Interesting decision by PJ Fleck to punt the ball away there. Epstein's going to get the ball on a handoff, and he picks up 10 yards. And he almost gets the 1st down there. Epstein gets the ball again. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he is down. And Epstein is down. You can see there on the replay, it looks like he got hurt. And now Chase Brown is into the game. We'll see what's going on there. Isaiah Williams keeps it on a read option, and he made the wrong read there. Not sure what he saw, but Thomas Rush comes in there for his 2nd sack of the game. And that's going to force an Illinois punt. But Mike Epstein got injured there on the previous play. And it appears the injury bug is out and affecting both teams in this game, as both teams now with a star player on offense out of the game temporarily. We will see what's up with Epstein here in a few moments. But for right now, Brock Annexstad and the Gopher offense take over, and Douglas Emelian gets the reception there. So Minnesota slowly breaking Brock Annexstad into this game, and they're starting to throw the ball a little bit more with him. They're throwing the ball again here on second down. He dumps it off to Trayson Potts, and he picks up 5 yards. So now it's third down and short. Can this defense get another clutch stop? They're going to send the blitz. Tariq Barnes coming in, and Paulson is wide open going down the field. Beeson can't make the tackle. He breaks another one, and he's finally brought down there from behind. Jake Paulson breaking a couple tackles, and a broken play there by Illinois. A blown coverage, and Paulson was wide open going downfield. Annexstad is wrapped up there by Seth Coleman. And that'll do it for the third quarter. What a lot of developing stories taking place right now. A couple injuries. And Minnesota's driving. We'll see what's going on with Mike Epstein. And he's suffered a strained shoulder. And you can see there he's going to be out for at least 2 weeks. And unfortunately for Illinois, that'll, of course, kick out Epstein for us this game, and that means he will be out for next week's game against Northwestern as well. So it'll be Chase Brown the rest of the way, at least in today's game. Minnesota sends a man in motion. They hand off to Potts, and he can't go anywhere, so now it's third down and 13. But Minnesota is well in field goal range, and they can take a 2-score lead here. Annexstad is going to be throwing. He fires over the middle to Autumn Bell, and he gets the first down. Chris Autumn Bell with another reception. He's had multiple on the day. And now Minnesota is threatening to score a touchdown. Annexstad just cannot go anywhere there. That was actually Ezekiel Holmes there who gets a tackle. Ezekiel Holmes is the second-string right end. He's getting some playing time today. Annexstad on second down is going to fire the ball out of the back of the end zone. And now Minnesota's really letting Annexstad air it out like you would see from Tanner Morgan. Speaking of, look at that. Tanner Morgan's back in the game. It's a draw to Trayson Potts, and Illinois gets the stop, and it's going to be 4th down and goal. Well, that came out of nowhere. Tanner Morgan put right back into the game on 3rd down and goal, and that's going to be a false start on Minnesota, but my goodness. They bring in Tanner Morgan on 3rd down and long, and they hand off a draw to Trayson Potts. I don't know if they were trying to play some 4D chess there with Illinois' defense, but regardless, they get the field goal, so that gives them a 2-score lead, and I'm sure that's what they're hoping to get at the very least. But we'll check in on Northwestern and Wisconsin. Northwestern, of course, is the final opponent of the regular season for Illinois next week. So Tanner Morgan appears to be back, ready to go. He's ready to finish out today's game. Kyron Cumbie going up the left side of the field. They could use a big kickoff return from him, but he's brought down from behind. A shoestring tackle from number 59 for Minnesota. What a great play there. There's not a lot of guys that can track down Kyron Cumbie like that. And they save what could have potentially been a touchdown, and that would have been huge for Illinois. Chase Brown making some nice moves, weaving through traffic. He gets a nice 18 yards there. Chase Brown's going to be the running back for Illinois for the rest of today's game and at least next week. A nice run there by Chase Brown, and as I said at the beginning of the season, Chase Brown will be expect to be RB1 at least going into next year, and Illinois is very high on him, and also Chase Hayden as well, the 3rd-string running back. So don't expect too much of a drop-off between Epstein and Chase Brown. Illinois, though, will be looking to throw the ball. That's what they have to do here. Down 10, Kamari Thompson gets the ball. He picks up a 1st down. Kamari Thompson now with 4 receptions and 53 yards. Isaiah Williams is going to have to be relied upon the rest of the way. They're down by 10 points here. We're inside 5 minutes. Play action. Williams is going to roll to his right, looking to throw. And he's just going to go out of bounds. And that was just a 1-yard gain. Nobody over the middle for Minnesota, and Illinois hands the ball right off to Chase Brown, and he picks up 12 yards. Great interior blocking from Illinois, as they've been doing all year. And it's 1st and goal. This would be a much-needed quick score from Illinois. And Chase Brown gets it, and that's exactly what they do. A quick answer from Illinois. They get the touchdown. Chase Brown with a couple nice runs. And that's Chase Brown's 2nd touchdown of the day. He got one earlier in the game, subbing in for Epstein. So now Illinois quickly makes it a 3-point game, and there's still some time left. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So they kick the ball off, and Minnesota takes over, but Tanner Morgan's back in the game. Morgan is picking up right where he left off, looking to throw, and he gets a big welcome back from Jamal Woods, who just sacks him. And boy, I don't think Minnesota was grinding their teeth watching that one go down. And Morgan's going to run the ball again, and he's going to be stuffed, and he's brought down. Witherspoon there to finish him off, and it's 3rd down and 17. This would be a huge quick stop for Illinois. 3rd down and long now. Morgan looking to throw. He's going to fire downfield, and he hits Emilian, who got behind the defender, and he picks up the 1st down. Oh, man, a huge 3rd down and long conversion for Minnesota. And that's the kind of stuff that we saw a lot from this defense earlier in the season. We haven't seen much of it recently, as this defense has been playing so much better, but a little bit of that has come back today. Trayson Potts with the handoff. He's got room to work, and he's got a huge 19-yard run. And now all of a sudden what looked like a huge 3-and-out potentially for this defense is now turning into hoping that they can hold Minnesota here to at least a field goal. Trayson Potts gained the ball again. The clock is running, but Minnesota is not wasting much time. They want to keep up the tempo, and Jonathan Mann gets the reception. He picks up the 1st down. So you wonder if Minnesota might start to take their time here and milk a little bit more clock. Illinois, of course, has 3 timeouts. But the big priority here is to keep Minnesota out of the end zone. Illinois wants to keep it a 1-score game. And they're going to milk the clock here. Tanner Morgan letting the play clock drain all the way down. So Illinois might want to start calling some timeouts here soon. It's going to be a handoff to Thomas, and a nice tackle there by Calvin Avery. So Kai Thomas gets 4 yards, and that is the timeout from David Deal. So now 2 minutes and 14 seconds here. This defense needs to get a stop. Morgan's going to keep it on designed run, and he almost gets the 1st down. That was close. That was a great call there from Minnesota. It's going to be another QB keeper, a quick snap, and Tanner Morgan picks up the 1st down. Illinois now calls a timeout. Thankfully, they didn't call one on the previous play, and that definitely caught Illinois off guard. A quick snap there from Minnesota, even though the clock was running, and it worked. Trayson Potts gets the handoff, and he scores. This Illini defense really on its heels there after giving up that deflating 3rd down and 17 conversion. And Minnesota gets the big touchdown. They're now up 10 points, and only 1:50 to go. It's going to take some magic for Illinois to come back in this one. But you got to start somewhere. Kyron Cumby will take a knee in the end zone. So Illinois only has 1 timeout. It's going to have to be a quick score either way here from Illinois, and then we'll go from there. Williams on 1st down in the pocket is going to get sacked. And that's not at all what you want to happen if you're Illinois. The receivers come back to the line of scrimmage. Williams is going to snap it quickly. He's going to roll to his left, and he's got a lot of room to work with. He's going to run it and get out of bounds. Isaiah Williams will take the yards when he sees him. 1st down and 10 now. Cumby in motion. They're going to roll to the right. And Williams is going to fire across the field, and he hits Hightower in the middle of the field and gets the first down. Not exactly what you want to see coming out of Isaiah Williams' arm thrown across his body like that. And they quickly snap the ball, and he gets sacked again. My goodness. Isaiah Williams staying in the pocket. And he gets sacked this time by the left end there from Minnesota. He's going to roll to his right, trying to avoid getting sacked again. He's going to fire downfield for Thompson, who hauls it in. What a catch by Kamari Thompson. He has been a hero today. And Illinois will continue to go up to the line. Williams is going to fire to the end zone. He's got Thompson again, and he's out of bounds. Oh my goodness, just a misfire from Isaiah Williams. He had Kamari Thompson there in the corner. And you can see here Illinois giving the first string receivers a break here. They need to catch their breath, and Williams is going to get sacked. Jaw Joyner in there this time, and Illinois is going to call a timeout here. And Isaiah Williams got hit pretty hard there. He's taken a couple big hits already on this drive, and it looks like Illinois is going to have to take him out. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And Zach Robinson once again will get into the game. 3rd down and 18 at this point, 32 seconds to go, down 2 scores. He's going to try to roll to his left, and that's not going to work if you're Matt Robinson. He takes the sack. Clock is running, and at this point, Illinois is just going to have to throw balls into the end zone. Robinson is going to fire downfield, and Cumbie is wide open, and they get the touchdown. But there's only 7 seconds left on the clock, so a nice stat pattern there for Matt Robinson. Kyron Cumbie just blew right past the corner for Minnesota, and Minnesota maybe getting a little bit lazy there, but Illinois will take the touchdown. That at least gives them a chance to go for the onside kick. And that's what's going to happen right now. Caleb Griffin's going to hit the nose of the top of the ball. And Jonathan Mann recovers it. And that's going to do it for today's game. Minnesota with a thrilling win today. A lot of great offense from both teams. Tanner Morgan came out of the game for most of the second half. And the passing attack was on display. Minnesota looks like a pretty good team today. Trayson Potts was the player of the game. He had a great day. And Minnesota picks up a big win at home. They played really well today, and Illinois is going to fall just short on the road. Isaiah Williams overall had a pretty solid day outside of that one interception. He made a couple throws that made you hold your breath there, but he had some good throws as well. He got over 200 yards passing, had a 60% completion percentage, which wasn't bad. Tanner Morgan, though, 21 of 27, who only threw for 220 yards, but that was, of course, because he was out for most of the second half, and he still got 2 touchdowns. That one interception there, the mistake to Daniel Edwards there right before the half. Zach Annexstad did pretty well in his absence. 6 of 8, 76 yards. He held down the fort. And Minnesota looks like they have 2 very solid quarterbacks there on their depth chart. Trayson Potts was spectacular today. He probably had his best game of the season. 98 yards, averaged over 6 per carry. He got 2 touchdowns. He also was a big factor in the pass catching game as well. Mike Epstein with 103 yards, but he, of course, got injured. So we will give you more details on that. Chase Brown came in his absence and did pretty solidly. He averaged 7 yards per carry, but of course that was only on 5 attempts. But he did get 2 touchdowns there in goal-to-go situations. As far as receiving for Illinois, Kamari Thompson had an outstanding day. He almost had 2 touchdowns and 6 receptions there at the end, but 591 and a touchdown, very good. Kyron Cumbie as well got the touchdown there right at the end of the game. 451 and 1 for him. Navarro had 3 really clutch catches there, especially in big situations. Ryan Hightower with a couple catches as well. And all in all, a pretty good day for the receivers. Just haven't seen much from Jafar Armstrong lately. He didn't get any receptions today, unfortunately. But as for Minnesota, man, they spread the ball all over the yard. Brown Stevens had 6 receptions. Jonathan Mann, the freshman, had 6 receptions for 52 and a touchdown. He was great today. Emilian as well had 4 for 56. Just a sophomore, Douglas Emilian. Trayson Potts, of course, with 3 receptions for 25 yards. Autumn Bell was great. 3 receptions for 49 yards. And you don't see Rashad Bateman on here, but man, Minnesota with a lot of young receivers that probably make them be happy about what the future could hold for them. Jamal Woods defensively for Illinois with 2 sacks today. He had a great day. Daniel Edwards, of course, got the clutch interception there that set up the game-tying field goal right before halftime. Daniel Edwards, just a true freshman, thrown into the fire this year. As far as the team stats, you can see Minnesota just edging out Illinois in total offense. Both offenses did great today. Both teams with over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Minnesota with almost 300 passing yards. But look at that, 3rd down conversions. Illinois was not good at all. They were only 2 of 10 on 3rd downs. Minnesota was great, 8 of 13. That's a complete reverse situation from last week, as Illinois was great on 3rd downs, but Rutgers was not. Illinois, though, did convert both of their 4th down conversions, so that was good for them. Both teams were outstanding in the red zone with 100% red zone efficiency. And as far as total yards, they were quite even. I mean, this was a great game. These teams were going neck and neck, and I'd say both teams were relatively even, but of course Minnesota pulled it out at home, and they were the slightly better team today. You can see one time here the summary of game stats, pretty even all across the board for both teams. This was a great, well-balanced game. Unfortunately, Illinois just ended up taking the loss. You see players of the game, Trayson Potts, of course, Jordan Howden for Minnesota with a forced fumble and a sack, Seth Coleman with a forced fumble and a sack as well, and Chase Brown coming in Epstein's absence, got 2 touchdowns. But of course, about Mike Epstein, it looks like he will be officially out for the Northwestern game, which is just a tough break for Mike Epstein because he's a 5th-year senior, and you would love to see him out there on senior day at home against Northwestern. But the good news is this will not be the last time you'll see him in an Illini uniform. He will be back for the bowl game. So this won't be the last we see of Mike Epstein, but Chase Brown will take over for him in his absence against Northwestern next week. In recruiting news, some lighter news here. Quincy Bolden has committed to the team. Quincy Bolden, of course, a great free safety prospect. So now Illinois' secondary commits are just stacking up on each other, and the secondary should be greatly improved in the near future. And Brandon Hall, wide receiver out of West Virginia, he is finally committed. So now Illinois is starting to fill in the wide receiver depth chart for next year. And we're going to take a look at some of the other scores. I went over the playoff rankings last week, and North Carolina, who was previously number 4, lost at home to Miami, 45-33. So that's certainly going to be a big hit for them. We'll take a look here at all the top 25 scores. USC was upset by UCLA. USC was up there as well. Virginia Tech with 2 losses at number 8. They're still hanging in there. They can go to the ACC championship game now. Oklahoma won, so they took care of business. Arizona State in the same situation as Virginia Tech with 2 losses, looking on the outside in. Michigan got a big win in a rivalry game against Notre Dame, so that's a good look for the Big Ten. Michigan looking like they have rebounded from earlier in the season. That's a nice win against Notre Dame. Clemson took care of business big time against Boston College, so they will face Virginia Tech in the ACC championship game. Auburn pulling out a close game on the road against LSU. Of course, Auburn's number 2. Washington won. They are number 5. So a lot of teams took care of business. A big upset there with North Carolina. But even though you do not see the rankings, I will update the rankings at the beginning of next week. So I'll show you guys those during the Northwestern game for the updated rankings. These are not official rankings, by the way. Of course, Iowa and Nebraska will duke it out in the Big Ten West next week, and Michigan and Ohio State will duke it out in the East. What a fantastic series of events that has led to this playing out. This has not happened very often. It is happening in 2 different divisions in one conference. 2 de facto semifinal games for the Big Ten championship game. And look at that, they're both happening at noon, so right at the same time as Illinois plays Northwestern. So we will, of course, be getting the in-game breaking updates. So it's going to be so much fun as we're playing the Northwestern game. We'll get to see what's going on with Ohio State and Michigan playing to go to the Big Ten championship, and then Nebraska and Iowa looking to go out of the West. So it'll be so much fun. I cannot wait for next week. It's just incredible how this is set up. It couldn't be any better. And with that being said, we're going to look forward to the Northwestern game next week. Northwestern, of course, the rivalry week opponents of Illinois, and they will be every year. They play each other last game of the regular season. Illinois will be at home for this one. To close it out, it'll be senior day. These teams are about even on paper, and it'll be a fun game for sure. Illinois looking to prevent Northwestern from becoming bowl eligible. They are 5-6. You can see some of the Northwestern stats here. Hunter Johnson, their quarterback, with a pretty solid ratio of touchdowns to interceptions. Bowser is their running back. He's had a decent season. And then J.J. Jefferson is their leading receiver. He's had 9 touchdowns on the year and 600 yards receiving. Greg Newsome, their cornerback, is one of the best corners in the game. So Northwestern has a pretty solid secondary. He will look to go in the first round. So Northwestern is definitely not a team to look over. You can see their schedule here. They got a couple non-conference wins, but then they started really struggling there. They beat Michigan State. They beat Minnesota at home, lost to Iowa in a close game, beat Purdue, but their last 3 games, though they did face pretty solid teams, they have lost by a good amount of points. So Northwestern's really going into this game kind of limping. 3 bad losses for them that they've gotten beaten down. So Northwestern coming into this game definitely struggling a bit, but it's their last chance to gain bowl eligibility, and they'll have to go to Champaign to do it. These 2 teams will play, of course, for the Land of Lincoln Trophy. Northwestern has won 6 in a row and 8 out of the last 9, so Northwestern has owned Illinois in the past decade. Illinois, of course, in a new era now with David Deal, they will look to turn that around. Northwestern was the defending Big Ten Western Division champs last season in 2020. And that's pretty much all there is to it. A big game next week. Northwestern looking to go bowl eligible against Illinois. And Illinois looking to get their first win in 6 years against their rival from up north in Chicago. We'll see you next week.